what is the bigger picture behind all of these events which are going on now on this planet?
Well, it's actually quite complex, and what makes it complex is the level of interference that is allowed or permitted on the earth, which sounds like a simple enough concept, but if you really go deep into it, it's a very advanced and complex topic. You have beings, which we call creator gods, which in a way are sort of responsible for the human experiment. I know that's a loaded word to say human experiment, but in a way it is. We've been laboratory rats to some degree, our human selves. And so you have these higher beings which are kind of monitoring what's happening here and only intervening in extraordinary circumstances, such as they will prevent nuclear war to keep the planet from being completely destroyed. And there's a story behind that. It's in the books. We call these divine dispensations, where the Godhead issues a decree saying, okay, we're not going to blow up any more planets like we did Maldek. We're not going to destroy the atmosphere of any more planets like we did Mars. We're going to allow limited warfare because a lot of souls on Earth want to learn about war. And so we're not going to deprive them of these soul lessons of war. So parts of the earth are going to have wars for the immediate future, not the long-term future. That's another story. But in the immediate future, we're still allowing conventional warfare. The chemical weapons and electromagnetic weapons are being carefully monitored by the creator gods as well, through one of the organizations that work for them called Galactic Federation or Galactic Confederation, which is just a consortium of extraterrestrials from different star systems who are working together to help humanity. And, they range from 4th density all the way up to 9th density in vibration. This is why you get some Galactic Federation that are not doing good work and others that are. If you read the various channelings from the Galactic Federation, some of them are violating human free will because they're 4th density souls that don't know better. And this is an issue that is being addressed in the councils of the higher beings in the Galactic Federation. That's a whole other story. But anyway, they are involved also in preventing, well, they do things like neutralize the launch codes on the nuclear weapons. This is documented in the military logbooks. This saucer came and hovered over our missile silo, and our launch codes got completely trashed. Our operating system got corrupted or whatever. This is in the actual logbooks that the military commanders have written, documenting what happened and things like that. So we have physical proof that they're actually intervening in things like nuclear war, not allowing nuclear war to happen and things like that. They say it would have happened at least 5 times by now if they hadn't intervened. So that's a sobering thought in a way. So anyway, so they are assisting. And then let's see, I'm trying to do this in the time we have. I don't want to recreate the entire books here in this.
Sure.
But there are a lot of parts that you can fill in some of the missing pieces by reading not only the real history of the Earth, but also the earlier book, Earth Changes and Beyond, and Earth Awakens. Those 2 earlier books. You can also read about some of the interactions of the various extraterrestrial groups. And then you have the depopulation agenda, which is a very small group of souls. It's a microcosm of the dark cabal, if you want to use that phrase. Most of the power elite or dark cabal want the population to keep increasing on Earth because that's more and more consumers buying more and more things, which create greater and greater profits for these big banks and big corporations. But you have a tiny percentage who want to decrease the population because human beings are easier to control if their numbers are lower. And so some of these are based in the Orion system, the Rigel star system in Orion, and they are reptilians, green, scaly reptilian beings. Then you also have some serpent-like beings from the Draco star system that are also wanting to control and enslave humanity, and a few of the dark Syrians that want to enslave and control humanity. And some of them do form alliances, and they work together on various aspects. You know, if I help you with this, will you help me with that? A lot of the AI technology is being, quote, controlled. I put that in quotes because it's not truly being controlled, but it seems to be being controlled by the negative extraterrestrials. And the idea of turning humans into machines, the Orions and Dracos are the ones behind the push for transhuman agendas and things like that. So it gets complex and complicated, as I warned earlier when you asked the question. But we can see these various factions playing out. Now, what's happening is people are waking up. Are they waking up fast enough to prevent a lot of the prophecies from coming true? Well, probably not. It's still the original prophecies that I brought forth, which one of the prophecies is that 3/4 of humanity will eventually die off. That seems to still be happening. And there are catalysts, certain biological agents, viruses, vaccines, various methods of delivery, GMOs, electromagnetic radiation from phone towers and things like that. These are catalysts for the mutation of DNA in a way that destroys fertility, for example, or creates cancers, aggressive cancers. There's just different ways that these things manifest in the human biological organisms. So yeah, this is happening. The solution is obvious. Raise your vibration. Once you raise your vibration above a certain point, you're no longer susceptible to these negative, invasive factors. My partner and I traveled not as extensively during COVID as we did before and after, but nevertheless, we barely let COVID slow us down in the things we've been doing. And aside from an occasional, 2 days of dry throat or something like that, we never experienced anything really during the entire thing, even with traveling to different countries. I literally walked across the border from Serbia to Croatia twice during the lockdowns because I couldn't fly across. So, things like that. But yeah, you can put yourself in a state of consciousness where you're not affected by these things.